Hey, what's up? It's Friday. You know, I like to say there's one thing really nice about being retired. It's like every day's a weekend. One of the challenges of being retired is every day seems like a weekend. So sometimes it's hard to know what day it is. Anyway, it's Friday, October the 22nd, and it's a beautiful time of day, or the year. Today is a little overcast, a little chilly. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 40. That doesn't mean you can't work up a good sweat, which I've been doing. This is kind of the first video of the 2022 maple season. I've been doing a little bit of work towards the maple. I've split up quite a few cords of wood, and now I am running a line that's going to go from the sugar shack down the hill to the road where I'm going to be collecting sap in the new grove that I hope to get at least some of the taps in for this year. And so the idea there is that I'll have a setup down there that will be collecting the sap. I'll have a barrel that the sap will go into, and then once the barrel gets to a certain fill level, then it'll start a pump, and it'll pump the sap up here to the sugar shack. And that's the theory. So in order for me to really develop that area down there, I need a means to be able to get the sap up here. And so that's what I'm starting, that's what I'm doing now is to get that set up. Last fall I cleared the brush. Well, I cut down brush. It's not clear. It's there's a lot of obstacles in the ground, and I'm not very coordinated, so I trip a lot. But I've already gone down, and I've placed eye bolts into trees along the way. Some of them I'm terminating at the tree, and then some of them I'm using just to route the line through. The eye bolts are rather high. They don't need to be low like sap lines because don't need to get to it. And this gets them out of the way of not only myself but the critters that roam around. Not that I've really noticed any critter damage to the maple lines. So I'm here and getting ready to pull a wire down. I've got 12 gauge high tensile wire that was really a pain to work with when I was putting up the main lines last year. So this year I've rolled it all out across the yard and back through the backyard, and then I'm just going to pull it down through the trees, and it should go a lot better. This is the wire that I've got strung around. It goes back behind the house. And we'll go ahead and start pulling it and see how it works. I did one pull before, but it was a lot shorter wire than this one, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pull this one all the way. I got it moving, so that's good. So I have it's going to be a little jittery as I make my way through this obstacle course, but you'll notice that there's green flagging on some trees. There's also this pink, and you'll notice the pink from time to time. I'm following the green. The green is the route that I laid out last spring to run this line. And it's also where I used my clearing saw to clear some of the undergrowth. I went down here earlier in the week and kind of moved some of it. out of the way so you can see some of it kind of stacked up. I'm following this around. You'll also notice that there is some wire that we're passing by. This was a 14 gauge wire that I was going to use to run all the way down, but I didn't have enough. I ran out, so I needed to resort to the 12 gauge wire, and I figured since I'm going to be putting 12 gauge up on the last part, I will just replace the 14 gauge with the 12 gauge. And so I updated the eye bolts at the end of each of the runs of wire. The wire doesn't run all the way down in one continuous strand. So I decided to go ahead and replace the 14 gauge with 12 gauge. Okay, I've made it down to the last section, and up here there's an eye bolt on either side, or the other one. So this is where I terminate each section. So we'll walk down. This area in here is pretty wet in the spring, but being fall, it's not. It actually clears up a little bit down here in terms of the ground. Okay, there's that eyelet up there, which I will string this through if I can. Thing likes to turn in all sorts of weird ways. I'm trying to get it to go through. There we go. And then I got to catch it on the other side. Okay, there we go. Okay. Got that one. Just hang up in a tree. Come down to the next one. Right up here. Come on. Come on, go in. Go in. Yes. I got it. Okay, I got it. Got that one. The end. Okay, so we've walked from the Sugar Shack down to the end. And this area in here, somewhere here, I haven't figured out where, but this is going to be my collection point. All of the lines will be coming down the hill from here. Most of them kind of probably from this area because that's where most of the trees are. There'll be multiple lines going up each tree. And what we have down here is an area that I've started clearing out to make an area that's easy to work in. The road is right over here, and I have nice access to the road. I put in a culvert and then made this pathway in. And hopefully the culvert is withstanding the weight of the skid steer. So that's what I'm doing. Now I need to go back and finish running the wire. I'll get the wire up, and before I tighten the wire, I want to put up the tubing that I'm going to be running, because the wire is kind of high, and I'd have a hard time doing that with it so high. So that's all for now. Well, it's the end of the day, and I think I got all of the wire up. I just finished. It was a lot of work. Somebody mentioned that making maple syrup is a lot of work. They're right, especially solo sugar bushes. Anyway, I love it. You know, it was that kind of a day that was overcast. It was cool, and I like it. It's really quiet out there. I like it when the trees, the leaves are gone. Most of the brush, the leaves are gone, and you can see through the forest, and I really like that. Anyway, I think tomorrow I'll make a rundown, make sure that I've got all the wires up, and then I'll start running the 1/2-inch drip line. I decided to use drip line to transfer the sap. I couldn't find 1/2-inch main line anymore, or at least none that I was willing to pay the exorbitant price for. So I'm going to try a drip line. It's not super heavy duty, but I don't really need it super heavy duty. So we'll see how it works. Anyway, we'll see if we can't get the line up tomorrow and ratchet up the wire so it's tight. And yeah, that'd be nice. Get that done. Alrighty, adios.